Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Maharaj.
Good Devi, Haribo, Dandavat.
Dandavat. How are you, Maharaj?
By your grace, I am okay. You're working today.
Yes, Maharaj.
You are a real soldier for Krishna. So many difficulties.
Dandavat, Mama Devi.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Damodar month ending this month, Maharaj.
Will end this month.
Which date?
When was the last day? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Wait a minute, we'll check.
Yeah, it looks like December 2023 is Keshava month.
What date?
I think it's the whole month.
No.
The first,
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. But what day, where at? What time?
the whole month of December, I believe.
No, when does Damodar? Oh,
The end of November, the last day of November.
oh, last day of November.
Last day of November. Which is November 30th.
I remember. No. Dandavat.
Dandava Maharaj.
Linda, Bhakta Linda.
Dandavad pranam.
Here he is.
Dandavad pranam, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavad
Krishna.
pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad devotee. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Danda Didi.
Danda.
Dandavad Bhagavati Didi.
Danda.
Dandavad Priyadarshini Didi.
Danda.
Dandavad Priyatma Didi. Haribo.
Hari Bol, Maharaj. How are you?
I'm good, Prabhu. Looks like winter moved in over there, huh?
I was just thinking that. Looking
Ah.
cold.
Got very cold here too.
Little.
Little bit, huh?
Sí.
It'll get worse.
Ah, in January, February, more cool.
Oh, yes.
In this time, little.
Yeah. We call this autumn. Autumn?
Yes, estamos en otoño, ¿verdad? Yes, Maharaj.
And then winter comes in December. December 20. Winter starts December 21st. August begins in September 21st.
Yes,
September,
Maharaj.
December is called autumn. And then December to March is called winter.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. 21, no? 2021, no?
Yes. What do you say in Spanish for autumn? What is the word?
Autumn is, the name is otoño. Otoño. Autumn is otoño.
Autumn.
And winter is invierno.
Which one?
Invierno is winter.
Okay.
And 21 March is
Spring.
the
Vierno.
most beautiful.
That's called Vierno.
Is, huh?
March 21st is Vierno.
Sí.
No?
No, 21 March is primavera.
Oh, primavera.
The time most beautiful
Okay.
their year.
Okay.
Flower, but all very nice.
Coming out. All right. So now I'll be prepared when I come to Spain. I know it's easy.
Oh. Come on, Maharaj, and Prabhu, and devotee, come on. This is you play, you hunt.
Okay, so we'll sing Dhammadarastakam. You have the word?
Jai Maharaj.
Namam Ishwaram sat-cit-ananda rupam lasat kundalam gokule rajamanam lasat kundalam gokule rajamanam yasoda biyolu kalat davamanam Padam Rishyamatyanta Gopya. Oh, I messed up the melody.
Namastiram Sachi Ananda Rupam Lasa kundalam gopure
Rajanam
Yasoda Vijayuta
Vamanam
Tang
Paramrisamachanto Kritya Gopya
Rudantamuhurnetra yugam rajantam karambojo yugvena natankanitram musvasakam patirekhankakanta stita graivam damodaram bhaktivadam
Udantamamurnetra Yugam
Karamboja
Karambojayo
Yugvena
Menam
Satakaneta
Sasakanetram
Muhusvasakam
Muhosvasakam Patripim
Patripenta
Satyaganta
Idagarim
Idagarim Damodaram
Bhaktivadam
Bhaktivadam
iti diksvalilabir ananda kutne swagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Tadi esitagyesu bhaktarji tattvam puna prematastam satavritti vande.
Iti
Salive Ananda Kunde
Swavo Swami
Nila
Majanta
Jantam Chapayantam
Tadi
Tadesi
Sita Yesu
Yesu Bhakti
Pataridatvam
Bhutavam
Puna
Puna
Prematastam
Premastam Savarti
Savartiti Vande
Vande
Param deva moksham na mokshavadimva na chanyam vrineham parishadapiha idam teva purnata gopala balam sadame manasya virastam kibanyai.
Param
Param
Devam Moksham
Mamoksham
Samokshadimva Nachayam Vroneham
Pare
Parisadiya
Idam
Dam
Deva
Deva
Punata
Purnata
Gopala
Gopala Balam Deva Devanase Aditanyam
Idam te mukambojam atyanta nilayar Vritam kuntulai stigdha raktaista gopya Muhushtumbitam bimba raktadaram me Manasya virastam alam laksalabhai.
Idam
Idam te mukambojam Hatyanta Nile Muhusumbitam bimbaratadaram me manasya virastam halam lakshadabhya
Namo Devo Dhammadaranta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukkha Jalabdi Magnam Kripa Dristi Vishyati Dinam Bhatanu Grihane Saman Agyam Edyaksha Drishya
Namo
Namo Damodarananta Vishnu
Vishnu
Prasida
Ashishira
Prasida
Prabhu Dukkha Jalabhima Kripadroshi Vrishyati Dinam Bhatano Grihane Samamagyam Edyaksha
Kuberatmajo Bhatta Mutyaiva Yadvat Vaya Mochito Bhakti Bhajo Krito Cha Tatta Prema Bhaktim Svakam Me Prayacha Namokshe Graho Me Sridhamodareha
Govinda Brahmaja
Vayamo Sridharo Bhakti Bhagavata
Tada
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं सकने प्रयच्छ
Namo
नमोऽस्तु
Srila
मे दामोदरेह
Namaste stu damne puraditi damne padiyodorayata vishvasya damne Namo radhikaya tvadiya priyaya Namo nantalilaya devaya tubhyam
Namaste.
नमस्ते
Namaste
सुदामे
Purame
पूर्णविद्यामे
Adiyodaya
योराय
Jaganname
तविश्वासदामे
Namo
नमो राधिकाय
Jaya
प्रियाय
Namo
लीलाय देवाय
Nataliya
तुभ्यम्
Namo radhikaya tvadiya priyaya Namo nantalilaya devaya tubhyam
नमो राधिकाय प्रिया प्रियाय
Namo
अनन्तलीलाय देवाय
Tuja.
तुभ्यम्
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Santa Maharaj Ki Jai.
जय
Jai.
Sri Gupta Govardhana Ki Jai.
Jai.
जय
Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai
Jai.
Institute Ki Jai. Dr. Sri
Jai.
Chaitanya Institute Ki Jai.
Jai.
जय
Jai.
Dham Sri Navadip Dham, Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai
Namo Beda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Glory to the assembled devotees, glory to the worldwide devotees. Jai Sri
जय
Rastakam Ki
Jai.
Jaya
Premanandi.
Hari.
Hari
Hari.
Haribo
Paramahamsa Sripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai
Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajaka Tatara Sata Sri Sripad Bhakti Rakshak Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai
Prapanna-jivanamrtam Ki Jai.
Jai.
Today we'll start reading from chapter 5, Words of Nectar from the Devotees, Confidence in the Lord's Protection. Very important one. Danvat Pragyapradidi. Haribo.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, my respectful obeisances to you. Hare Krishna.
Danvat.
Dandavat Pranam Maharaj. Thank you Maharaj for your association.
Thank you for yours. So we're in chapter 5, page 78. Text 1, Confidence in the Lord's Protection. Rakshasvitihi man Krishno Bhaktanam Pandavaschasa Kshemam Vidhasyati Vidhasyatitiyad Vishwasot Traiva Grihate. Certainly, Lord Krishna will protect me because he is the friend of the devotees. He will definitely bless us with all auspiciousness and success. With this chapter, such faith is sustained. Text number 2. Sarvalokeshu Shri Krishna Padabjaika Rakshakatvam. Raksha means protect. Martyo Mritya Vyala Vita Palayan. Lokan Sarvam Nirbayam Nadyay Kachat. But tat padabjam prapya yadrichayadya shustak shete vitur asmad apaiti. Of Devaki, Srimati Devaki Devi. The lotus feet of Lord Krishna, the only protection for all planes of life. O Supreme Lord, despite fleeing throughout every planet of the universe out of fear of the black snake of death, the mortal being cannot find a place devoid of fear. But when he is blessed with the fortune of coming to the shelter of your lotus feet, he becomes reposed with a peaceful heart, and death itself flees from his company. The subtitle of this book is Positive and Progressive Immortality. Sometimes you read in the newspaper, the scientists are looking for how to become immortal, how to make us immortal. It has already been discovered. They don't know. They think they can make the body immortal, but that's impossible. Body can't be immortal. We know anybody who has a brain, they know the body is always changing. Huh? When you're a baby, when you're a young person, when you're an old person, Bhagavad Gita explains, Kamaram Yoganam Jara. As you go from childhood to youth to old age, your body changes. Body changes, but you don't change. You remain the same person. If they called you John when you were a baby, they call you John when you're a young man, and they call you John when you're an old man. But you don't have the same body as when you were a baby. So what do they want to make immortal? How can they make the body immortal? It's always changing. It's always subject to death. Not only once when you die, but throughout your life it's dying. It's changing. It's ceasing to be. And yet you don't cease to be. So they're looking at the wrong place. Immortality doesn't come on the plane of the body. It comes on the plane of the soul, of the Atma. That's something different than the material body. So we want to understand that platform, that plane of life, the plane of the Atma. That plane has a different identity than the body. The plane there is called Krishnara Nityadas. Krishnara Nityadas. And that plane is the eternal servant of Krishna. It exists. That is our innermost, the most realistic plane of a reality, of identity. And that doesn't die. Never dies. Whatever's happening in the material world, that's a secondary thing to that primary reality. And necessary, and it's also a complement. Body is complement of that. It also helps us, because without the body, how do we serve Krishna? So it's not that it's irrelevant, but we utilize whatever body we have in serving and providing the means for our eternal identity to enact its function as servant of Krishna. The only thing that we have to do is develop our consciousness, develop our understanding of these things, develop a realization of these things. And how do we do that? By doing it, by serving Krishna 24 hours a day. as much as we can. Gradually we will come to see how it is. By his mercy, when he is pleased with us, he will raise us to that consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So we can see how that is our actual proper position.
Maharaj,
Yes,
Maharaj,
Ah.
Sorry, I sent to Keshav Prabhu little comment about this topic.
okay.
I once read an excerpt from a book by a supposedly famous yogi named Paramahamsa Yogananda, where he said that one could be immortal with the same body and even gave the techniques that should be followed. That made me laugh because his technique failed because he himself died. Without deceivers, he even wrote a deceptive version of Bhagavad Gita, and the saddest thing is that he has millions of followers.
Yeah. Do you know anyone in this world who's eternal? Has an eternal body? It's possible.
Impossible, impossible.
It's
The soul is eternal, body no.
I don't know anybody, but it's possible. Possible. They can change their body in such a way that it's no longer material. Body is actually spiritual in a higher sense, but that you don't find ordinarily anywhere in this world. Not so easy to find. But anyhow, Krishna has given us this surefire way, a guaranteed way to work. By understanding your spiritual identity, not your material identity. If he wants you to have, like Lord Brahma, for instance. Now, Brahma has a body that lasts for the whole universe. The whole duration of the universe, Brahma has the same body, huh? But his body is not made of the stuff that our bodies are made of. He has a subtle body. And we know that the subtle body outlives the material body. So if you want to get a body like Lord Brahma, it's possible. It can survive the entire duration of the universe. But that's not ordinary thing. You have to know everything. 4 Vedas, how to create the world, everything. Brahma knows all this. You come to that position. Speaking of Lord Brahma, next verse is by Lord Brahma. Mayadishrasraiva Bhagavata Kshema Vidatritvam Vishvasya Yakstiti Loyod Bhava Hetoradyo Yogeshwarar Api Duratjaya Yoga Maya Premam Vidasyati Sano Bhagavam Trayadishas Trasmasmadiya Vimnasena Kiya Itartaha by Brahma. Yeah? Only the absolute position. The Supreme Lord is capable of bestowing all good fortune. The Supreme Lord of the 3 worlds, who is the cause of the universal creation, sustenance, and annihilation, and whose magical potency is insurmountable for even the greatest yogis, will surely bless us with all good fortune. Could we ever doubt this? And that is Lord Brahma himself saying this. Now, Brahma's considered the creator. Of course, he knows he can't create without the Lord. The Lord's help. It's said that he creates the universe out of the stem that comes from the Lord's navel, Mahavishnu's navel. The material for the creation is coming from there. So he doesn't create the material nature in that sense on his own. He's creating it from the stem of the lotus that belongs to Lord Vishnu. So he's not independent in his act of creation. And he doesn't maintain, Lord Vishnu maintains the universe. And he doesn't destroy the universe. That's Shiva. Shiva destroys. So Brahma has only a small part. Not a small, but he has only one part. And he knows these things. He's not a foolish person. So there's the creation, there's the maintenance, there's the destruction, all these things have to go on. And they're not all done independently of Krishna. They're all done with his energies, by his energies. And that is intelligence, to understand that. And we're not independent, no matter how powerful we may be, no matter what we may be. And he's asking the question, could we ever doubt this? Can some people be so crazy they think that they're independent of Krishna? They think they made the sun and the moon and the stars.
But Mara, very people crazy. This person think, oh, God and me are one. This person crazy think they are God too.
That's a problem. How much we become bewildered. And next. Text number 4. Apadyapi Sri Krishna Kataika Rakshana Vishvasaha Tamopayatam Prayatantu Vipra Ganga Chadevi Chittam Use Dijo Pasrista Kuhakasta Sakova the Sattva Alam Kayata Vishnu Gataha Vishnu Ratasya. Vishnu Ratasya. What is that? Lord Rakshak. Faith, even in the face of impending doom, that tidings of Lord Krishna, Sri Harikatha, is the only protection. All pure Brahmanas, may you kindly know me as a surrendered soul, and let Mother Ganges accept me as one whose heart is over to Lord Krishna. Let the winged serpent, Takshaka, or whatever magical creation has been incited by the son of the Brahmana bite me immediately, if it so desires. May you all simply go on singing the glories of the Lord. So when Maharaja Parikshit knew that he was going to die from the bite of this Takshaka. What is that?
The winged snake.
Flying snake, When you're bit by the snake, you're poisonous, you can die. What to speak of a flying snake? Very difficult. Which way is he going to come? So you kind of have to just surrender to Krishna. All right, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to die. But Maharaj Rakshak wasn't worried. Of course I'm going to die. And I knew that from the beginning. When we're born, we know we're going to die. But people forget. I think he once said that the most amazing thing in this world is that everyone is going to die and everyone is thinking they're living. The most amazing thing in this world. Everyone knows they're going to die. Does anyone make any attempt to worry about that or do anything about it? No, they're busy accumulating wealth and education and followers and power, beauty and whatever, health. What preparation are you making for the time of death? You might say, well, what can we do? Well, at least we have to understand what part of us is eternal, that's not going to die, that goes on despite all the different deaths of the body that we've already experienced in our life. Something is there. Well, trying to understand what that is, or at least obey the Shastra, the scriptures, which tell if you understand these things, try to get some, put some faith in the scripture that tells us you do this. This is the way you prepare. This is what's going to happen. That if you're meditating on Krishna at the time of death, you will go to Krishna. If you are practicing your whole life, that you are a servant of Krishna, chances are when you die, you'll be already accustomed to thinking like that, to feeling like that. And Krishna won't forget. These things are there in the scripture, taught by Guru. At least we have to take this seriously. And once one is in that consciousness, that death is not a problem anymore. Because you know it's just a passing phase. Something that you already happened again and again in your life. Sridhara used to talk about die to live. We're always dying to live. Every moment of our life is a death, so the next moment can come. I was just thinking of that yesterday. Progress. What does progress mean? Progress means that what you have today has to be finished. Disappears. That's how you make progress. If what you have today doesn't disappear, then what's the question of progress? That's static existence. If you want to make progress, then things have to change. And if things have to change, then you can't stay where you're at present. That has to disappear. Has to be vanquished. That's called death. So death is not the end of things. It's the way things progress. It's the way things go forward. Without that, there would be no progress. And so death is not an end of things. It's our progress to the next stage. If we can see it that way, then what is the problem? We should look forward to it. But we should be prepared, properly understanding these things. And that we do it from the Shastra, of Guru, from the Vaishnava. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Text number 5. Haridasa Harita Rakshita Eva Mahabhaya Mandamano Vincintya Bahuda Yastiram Yatana Naivami Prabhavanti Pap Vipava Swami Nami Sridhara Alasyam Vyapaniya Bhakti Sulabham Dhya Yashipa Narayanam Lokshaya Vyasana Parodana Karo Tasyasya Kibna Kramaha in Kurukshetra. The servants of Lord Hari are always protected by Lord Hari. O wicked mind, fear not the thought of the multifarious perpetual tortures that are your due. Your enemies, your sins, have no claim over you, because the only actual Lord and Master is the Supreme Lord Sridhara. Give up your apathy and absorb your thoughts in Lord Narayan, who is happily attainable by devotion. Is not he who destroys the calamities of all planets capable of annihilating the defects of his personal servitors? So if we are depressed by our own limitations, imperfections, sinful inclinations, or whatever, we think, well, how will I ever go back to God? I'm so full of so many nasty things. So that is lack of faith. That is the hopelessness of the atheist. Atheist feels like that. I have no hope. I'm too fallen. There's a test. Krishna sometimes tests his devotees like that. The faults within the devotee, the limitations within the devotee are meant to test his faith. Sometimes we can handle difficulties coming from the outside world, coming upon us and saying, okay, it's all Krishna's mercy. But when the defects are in yourself, then what do? Can you say it's all Krishna's mercy then also? Yes, we have to. Outside, inside, wherever. By Krishna's grace, he can make the world seem hopeless. He can make us seem helpless. But he's always there, waiting for us, hoping for us to not forget him. Go to praise, my dear Lord. You can send me to hell. You can put me in a hellish condition. It's no problem. But don't let me forget that I am your eternal servitor. That's all. Only prayer of a devotee. Whatever hellish condition you want to put me in, or that I deserve to be put in, or whatever, I do it. I have no problem with that. But I don't want to forget that I am your servant. And when you are ready to take me back into your kingdom, at your lotus feet, then I am ready to return. I am at your service. You are not my servant, I am your servant. And when you are good and ready, then I am also prepared. to take my place. Our place is always as servant of Krishna. We don't know what purpose the Lord may have for our own lives, why we are put in certain conditions. But we trust that the Lord has his purposes. Something our life function that our lives will serve in this world for his purposes. I always say history. His story. It's his story, not my story. We're here for his story. We are participants, puppets in his story. And whatever story he has to tell with us as the characters, so be it. But whatever, we are the servant of Krishna. That is our position only. We don't try to take over and turn the story around and make it about us. No. Hare Krishna. Text number 6. Samsara dukkha lishtanam Sri Vishnu paramam padam avaikasraya pavajalari gatanam vanvara vatahatanan sutta tutir rikalatra thana paradhitananam vishama vishayatoye majatam apalavanam bhavati sharanam eko vishnu poto naranam. Again, Srila Kshetra. The holy feet of Lord Vishnu are the only shelter for persons tormented by the miseries of material existence. For those persons who, bereft of a vessel, have fallen into the ocean of mundane existence, are being lashed by the hurricane of duality based on mundane attraction and aversion, or are crushed by the burden of protecting wife and family, etc., or drowning in the ghastly whirlpool of sensual pleasure, the only shelter is the lifeboat of the holy lotus feet of Supreme Lord Vishnu. Okay. I like this example. I always tell this example. If you're drowning in the ocean, let's say somehow you're on a boat and the boat sank, and there you are, right in the middle of the ocean. Nobody's around except for the sharks and the whales and other creatures from the deep trying to kill you, eat you. Then what will you do? What can you possibly do to save yourself? Nothing. You must simply drown. But there's only one possibility of being saved, and that is somebody comes by with a boat who's already out of the ocean. They say, come on. They throw you a life raft, or they dive in and pull you up and put you in the boat. Then you can be saved. So we can't do everything on our own, not in this material world. It's not up to us. Anytime our situation, we could be in a situation where we don't know how to get out. And with the help of the devotee, of the Guru, of Krishna, only we may be able to find a way to save ourselves. So devotee should always feel himself helpless like that, and depending upon the mercy of the Lord. My Lord, you can save me. Other than that, I have no hope. I must simply die. That kind of attitude is very helpful and very intelligent. Those who think they can take care of everything themselves they don't realize sometime the situation is going to become hopeless for them. Could become at any time. And then what? Not always possible to do things on your own without the help of the Lord. That is the faith of devotee, anyhow. He has so much faith in Krishna. That's not a problem to remember the Lord in such situations. And naturally has faith in Krishna, that he is there. And when Krishna wants to save us, he can save us. And if he doesn't want to save us, then that's it. We're finished. It says in the Bengali, Mare Krishna Rakina, Rake Krishna Marina. Means if Krishna wants to save you, no one can kill you. If Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can save you. Do you think Lakshmi will save you on Inditi? Will he save you or you're saving him? The evil. That's number 7. Sri Krishna Bhajanam Eva Martyananam Amrita Pradam. Idam Sharidam Shata Sandhijarjaram Patatyavasyam Parinama Peshalam Kim Asudam Prichasi Mudha Dormate Namayam Namayam Krishna Rasayanam Piva. Again, etc. Only pure devotion for Lord Krishna awards immortality to the mortal. So here is the final word. The final word. Only the immortal can save the mortal from mortality. And Krishna is the only supreme immortal. If we want to be saved from mortality, we have to turn to the immortal Supreme Lord. And what is this? There's a verse by Bhakti Vinod Thakur on this, explaining this verse. Shatra Sandhi Jara Jara Tave E Kalavera Patana Hoibe E Kadina Pashma Krimi Vishta Kabe Abe Sakalera Nyatabe Ihate Bamata Gorvachina Ore Mana Suna More E Satya Vachana E Rogera Maho Shadi Krishna Nama Niravati Nirmaya Krishna Rasayana. A dancing puppet of 100 joints. Your mortal coil is its last moments. Your mortal coil in its last moments, this physical form is doomed to destruction, ashes to ashes, worm and dung. What was beautiful once is a horrible thing. To adore it is the gravest misconception. My dear mind, hear the truth attentively. The panacea for this malady, chant Krishna's name constantly. Krishna is the life of immortality. Very nice. Huh? Beautiful poem by Bhakti Yoga. Do you know how many bones are in the body? In the human body, do you know how many bones are there? They know exactly how many bones you have in your body. Everybody has the same number of bones. But that's only a puppet of 100 joints. We have all these hundreds of joints, like a wooden puppet. Yeah, all these bones. Neck bone, shoulder bone, hand bones, leg bones,
206.
backbone, 250 bones.
206.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
206.
not sure.
Krishna Kesava said they have 206 bones in our body. On all these bones, what are they? They're the sticks holding up the puppet so he can move around. But that's going to end. One day, all those bones, they will be ashes, like dirt. And all that flesh that we try to keep so beautiful, that will turn to stool. That'll be food for the worms. And they'll pass you out like stool. So all that will be there will be stool and dirt. Then don't get entangled in that malady. It's a malady, it's a sickness. Don't be so wrapped up in that sickness of material maintenance. Maintain, yes, you must take care of this body, no doubt, so that it can be of some use, some service to Krishna. Is our vehicle, after all, by which we serve Krishna. In that regard, it's supposed to be respected and taken care of properly. But if it's just for the sake of the body, then that is not. That is a foolishness. That's a sickness, and the whole world is contaminated with this illness. It's already a pandemic. This is the pandemic of the material world, all concerned with the body. So Mahaprabhu is bringing the vaccine to cure this sickness. The holy name. Chant the holy name. Chant the holy name. Harinam, Harinam, Harinam. Deva Kevalo. Kolona Steva, Gatiranyata. Chant the holy name. Chant the holy name. That's the vaccine. You want to get free from the disease, you have to take the vaccine. And you don't take the vaccine like through a needle. You have to take this vaccine through your ear. Just hearing. Okay. That will be enough. Hey, Harinanda, did you take your vaccine?
I for grade my Gurudev, I trying, but I bad this disciple, but I trying.
Okay. You have the vaccine. Now you just have to wait till it works. Got to take it up, take it every day. And keep healthy, huh? All right. I think we've
Yeah, Gurudev. Every day, every day. Medicine.
This is the only vaccine. All right. Thank you, Prabhus. My Dandavat pranams to you. My love to you. Please be well, be safe. be actively engaged in service, surrender to Guru and Gauranga. My humble obeisances to you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Maharaja.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotee. Hare Bo.
Haribo.